On 24th, Monday, October. We got a bunch of games. The first game is finally the Sixers able to get a win. They're 1-3, same as Pacers, 1-3. The Pacers rotation is really weird. I thought Tyrese Halliburton will be getting 35 plus minutes every single game. Only 31 minutes here, and then Buddy Hield only 28 minutes. And over the weekend, there's one game Buddy Hield only played 16. So the minutes are all over the place for this squad. And then we look at Isaiah Jackson started only 17 minutes, had 5 fouls. Gogo Badazi came in, played 20. Benedict played 25 minutes. He's a guy that if he gets 30 minutes, we should roster him, but that's not the case right now. Chris Duarte, 16. Jalen Smith, again, only 25 minutes. Aaron Naismith, only 17 minutes. So nobody, other than Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield, I think at the moment are must rosters. Everybody else is, even Buddy Hield is kind of fringe, to be honest. Really not cracking 30 minutes consistently. So not really sure if, guys on this team. I mean, if Buddy Hield get traded, maybe one of the wing guys can get full 30 minutes every single game like Tyrese Halliburton. But who knows? Maybe they're just figuring things out. And Terry Taylor used to start the first game. So I would say just leave everybody on the waiver wire. Same thing with Andrew Nembhard. Leave everybody on the waiver wire and just see what happens. No need to pick up anybody. And I don't think they really figured out who to play yet. They're just playing everybody. Looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They play 12 guys. We look at the Sixers. Tobias Harris, 20 minutes. Joel Embiid, only 20 minutes. Joel Embiid has been struggling, no doubt. And again, really good Harden game. 11 assists, 29 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, he's back. This is the old Harden. And I would take, Jokic, in my eyes, is still probably number 1, but Harden is too. So, right now he's what? The first-round player. Averaging 27 points, 3 threes. 9.8 assists. I mean, he's just got everything. We know what this guy can do, shooting 95% from the free throw line. What a beast. He's probably going to regress just a little bit, but damn, he's been so good. And that's impacting Joel Embiid a little bit. Is Joel Embiid going to be a top 5 player rest of the season? I still think he can, but given how well Harden is playing, it's going to impact his usage just a little bit. But, I wouldn't be worried too much. I would still go buy low on Joel Embiid to see, throw him a top 20 player and a top 50 player, see if you can get him. PJ Tucker, 20 minutes. Yeah, he's not really fantasy relevant. Tyrese Maxey, for a guy that's... Tyrese Maxey, for a guy that's drafted pretty early, he's definitely not playing well up to standard right now. 3 for 11, no peripheral stats. Think he's a bust. Tobias Harris, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, it's fine. Tyrese Maxey would play well, I think, if Harden or Joel Embiid started taking more rests as we get to the end of the season. But early in the season, as long as Harden, especially Harden, when Harden is there, Tyrese is just not going to do too much. And then you have Tobias Harris taking 14 shots. And then the rest of the Sixers guys, they're not really fantasy relevant. Not enough minutes, not enough usage. D'Anthony Melton is nice, but not enough minutes. The next team, Toronto Raptors, beat the Miami Heat. Yes, 98-90. Okay, Toronto Raptors and all the starters played well. They started Christian Koloko. Not really sure who that guy is. And then you have Precious Achiuwa coming from the bench, had played 33 minutes, had 22 rebounds. Yeah, I wouldn't go rush to grab him. Next game he could vary. They're gonna go small. He could play just 20 minutes. Oh, this game because Scotty Barnes was out. So they changed lineup a little bit. So I wouldn't do anything with the picking up Achiuwa, even though he had a really good game. And then he shot 5 for 12 from the field again, but huge rebound guy. Fred VanVleet continue his excellent campaign in 2022. 24 points, 9 assists, and a steal. Gary Trent, 42 minutes is what stands out. For him, it's really about the steal numbers. Had 1 steal here. Pascal Siakam continues to play like a beast. And Although only took 6 points, only had 6 points and 5 fouls, but 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and block. Yeah, OG is gonna be great. Um, but the thing with OG is that according to Basketball Monster, his ranking is pretty high because the high steal numbers and the low turnovers. Personally, I would if I can get a lot more counting stats, especially the rebound, the assist, the points. I would pick somebody around the same ranking as OG, or maybe even 5 spots lower than what OG provides. Really, just the steals. I mean, he provides some blocks as well, and then the low turnovers. Guys like that, they're gonna rank a lot higher than people expect. If some people value really highly of OG, that's when you should try to sell him if you got it. Miami Heat, Max Drew started, didn't hit the three, had a horrible game, 3 for 14. He should be okay. Be an okay 3-point streamer, just a really tough game against the Raptors because you know how long the Raptors are. Jimmy Butler had an okay game, no defensive stats, bad, struggled horribly against their length, I guess, 4 for 14 offensively, but provided 10 rebounds, 6 for 6 from the free throw line is nice, 3 assists and still. I'm just not, you know, I just wouldn't draft Bam in the first 2 rounds because what we've seen, just no upside, on this team because he doesn't get the assists. One year he averaged like 5 assists, over 5 assists. One year he had a lot of defensive stats, and that just hasn't been the case last 2 years. And I don't think the assist is coming back this season. Defensive assists might. Tyler Hero played huge minutes. Yeah, he's gonna be huge this year. It's just the lack of defensive stats. But 15 rebound is huge. 22 points, really, really good. His ranking is not gonna be that well, I feel like. But the counting stat he gave is wow. Never mind, he's the 33rd ranked player. But averaging 0.8 steals and points per block. I mean, ranking wise, he's probably going to be top 70, top 80. But he's gonna average 20 points and give you a huge volume of rebounds as well, and give you some threes. Kyle Lowry, yeah. Is it time to drop Kyle Lowry? I would not. I know it could be frustrating, but he's right now the 134th ranked player. I would not drop him. When you drop this guy, I mean, if you had this guy last year, you kind of know there could be a lot of games where he just does absolutely nothing, which he did here. But the minutes is there. I feel like he's gonna bounce back. So do not drop him. If he gets dropped, I would look to add him because he still provide good threes and assists on most nights, and adding some defensive stats as well. And then Gabe Vincent came off the bench for 20. Yeah, he's not really relevant. And Duncan Robinson, after the big contract, he just disappeared because Max Strus is taking his lunch. Let's go to the next team. The Orlando Magic lost to the Knicks, 102-115. Okay, the Knicks are winning some games. And Paolo Banchero, 34 minutes. My God, another great game. 9 for 11 from the free throw line, which is good. 2 steals, 21 points. I don't know what else to say about this guy. You could try to sell high on him still, I think. But if you drop this guy in the 80th or 90th spot, you're pretty happy. And he should only go up from here. Fred Wagner, 36 minutes, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a 3. Okay. A pretty decent game. Wendell Carter Jr. Nice to see the starters getting the minutes, consistent minutes. And their guard, Wendell Carter Jr. had a decent game, and this is who he is. Grab rebounds, shoot some threes, but his percentages are pretty bad, and he doesn't really provide a lot of defensive stats. Cole Anthony came in, played 30 minutes, and Terrence Ross, sure, like these 2 guys, we need to pick him up. We need to pick both of those guys up for streaming. We don't know when Markel Fultz is going to be back. We don't know when Jalen Suggs is going to be back. So meanwhile, those guys will be getting 30 minutes. So let's just go stream those 2 guys. And the rest of the guys not really interested. Not enough minutes. And for the Knicks, RJ, another horrible game, shooting night. Made 3 threes though, 20 points, but 7 for 19. I don't think he's actually ranked inside of, where's RJ? Yeah, he's not ranked inside of 200. Julius Randle, pretty good game, 25 points, 12 rebounds. For him, it's about, he provides really good counting stats, but can he bring the defensive stats, right? And also it depends on your team. Julius Randle could be really useful on someone's team. If you don't really care about the steals, let's say you're pounding steals, or if your team's got a lot of efficiency may not be your best shoot. Like you've got Russell Westbrook, De'Aaron Fox, and then you add Julius Randle, right? Your efficiencies could be kind of weak, but you're okay in the other counting stats, especially points, rebounds, and assists. Mitchell Robinson played well, played 30 minutes, and had 3 blocks. Meanwhile, Isaiah Hartenstein only played 18 minutes. So the minutes is not consistent. Clearly, with Isaiah Hartenstein, I'll be okay holding on to him for another few games just to see. But if Mitchell Robinson is not in foul trouble, I feel like he's gonna get more minutes. But he's in foul trouble so often that you just don't know what's gonna happen. But this is a good game, and Hartenstein, I don't think he's a must roster. Clearly, if Mitchell Robinson can be avoiding foul trouble, he's not getting 25 minutes in that. Jalen Brunson, 21 points, really good stuff, and Evan Fournier. I don't even think he's worth streaming, to be honest. If they got a back-to-back, they got 4 games this week, sure, I would stream him and Emmanuel quickly. My God, 8 assists is nice, 6 rebounds, but 0 for 5. Horrible offensive night. But it didn't really matter much because they still got the win. The next game, the Chicago Bulls beat the Boston Celtics. This is a great win for Chicago, because one of the things last year is that they cannot beat any playoff teams. And Jaylen Brown finally cooled off quite a bit, 21 points, 2 threes, and Jason Tatum still had a decent game, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 4 threes, 26 points. Tatum should be a top 10 player, and one nice thing about him is he's not going to sit out too many games like many of the other top 10 guys are. Al Horford, 25 minutes, yeah, I don't think you want to drop Al Horford, but I would look to sell high on him every time he goes off. Because one of those games, he's going to have 5 blocks and 2 steals in 32 minutes. Wait for a couple of those games and try to do a 2-for-1 to get rid of him. And he's going to miss a bunch of games as well, back-to-backs. And Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon continue to split the minutes and continue to not really be fantasy relevant. I'll be okay dropping both guys. Malcolm Brogdon, we know what this guy can do on the Indiana Pacers. He can average 20 points, 8 assists. But on this team, he's just not going to get that opportunity. Marcus Smart had a good game. That's what he does: assists, defensive stats, and 3 threes. Did exactly what he needs to do. Really good game from him as well. And we look at the Bulls. Patrick Williams starts and only get 14 minutes. His minutes are taken by, Javonte Green. Alec Caruso only got 18 minutes, yeah. Because with Zach LaVine back, he's going to lose some minutes. So if you were streaming him for some steals, I think it's okay to let him go now. If 18 minutes is just not enough. And Zach LaVine first came back, maybe a little bit rusty, but still played well, 19 points. And my God, Ayo Dosunmu, 33 minutes, 34 minutes, 9 for 10, 22 points. So it looks like he's still getting the minutes, so you could continue streaming him. But his upside, I feel like, this is obviously a beautiful game from him, 4 on threes. But upside is not really there, I think, with all the guards healthy. Vucevic, again, 36%. Can this guy ever shoot over 45%? I don't know what's going on. But 23 rebound is huge, 5 assists, 18 points. Overall, not a bad game, but with him, you have to think about your field goal percentage. It's a pretty tough one. Pretty tough, and it's been going on for a season, and it's going on for the entire season last year, and now this season, same thing. DeRozan, obviously, with Zach LaVine back, he's going to take a bit usage hit, but still, 25, 5 and 5 with 5 for 5 from the free throw line is not too bad. But I don't know how Vucevic's field goal this bad. Maybe take a look at his shot chart. Like, where is he shooting from? If it's all threes or it's all long twos, that could be explained. But if he's not finishing at the rim, then I don't know. For the Jazz, they had their first loss of the season. Lauri Markkanen struggled a bit. Yeah, this looks like the old Lauri Markkanen, 14 points, 0 for 3 from the free throw line as well. Missed all the threes, but use this opportunity to buy low. If he continues to struggle, sure. Ole Olynyk struggled. I don't think he really struggled that much. Still had 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. That's pretty good. But surprisingly, no defensive stats versus a bad Houston Rockets team, because those guys throw the ball around a lot. Jared Vanderbilt, huge game. My God. Olynyk and Vanderbilt, I feel like I don't really feel too good about, because Kessler, because they might get traded, but they're still very far away from now. But throughout the season, I would just try to sell high, do a 2-for-1 on those guys. I feel like they have an expiry time. You know, once the trade deadline comes around, or once we get to really late to the season, once they miss the playoffs. But it doesn't like they want to miss the playoff. They are clearly winning games. Jordan Clarkson, 28 minutes. Yeah, the minutes is a bit low for a lot of the starters. Not really sure what's going on this game. 17-4 because maybe their second unit play well. Mike Conley had 3 steals and 2 blocks. My God, 2 blocks. 7 assists, 7 points. Yeah, another one of those guys. What is a veteran like him doing on this team? Might get traded at some point this season. And Malik Beasley and Colin Sexton, yeah. Maybe after the trade deadline, they can be activated playing 30 minutes, but right now, that's not the case. They're not getting the minutes. Clarkson and Mike Conley, they're the starters. They're getting 30 minutes in that. We look at the Rockets. Eric Gordon, sure, he could be a streamer for some points and threes. Had 1 3 and 13 points. Played okay. And Kenny Martin Jr. started and had 34 minutes. That is interesting because Şengün is out this game as well. So basically the 2 centers are out and they're playing Jabari Smith at the center who had a huge game. 21 points, 9 rebounds. He's like Pablo, just playing super well, these rookies. And he can only go up here 3 blocks. If you drafted the guy in the top 80, 90, very, very happy with him. Kenyon Martin Jr., even though he had a horrible game here, if Şengün continues to be out, he's going to get 30 plus minutes, so I'll look to add him as well or stream him in the short term. And Kevin Porter Jr., look at that. 10 rebound, 4 assists, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. 2 steals in a block, 26 points. That is super surprising. I think he's going to have a good season, but he's going to be up and down. So if you can do 2-for-1 to get a top 30 player, I would really try to. Jalen Green shot the ball pretty well, 25 points and 4 threes. The thing with him is just lack of defensive stats. So we'll see what's going on with him. Can he get more defensive stats that really help his ranking? But all the Rockets young guys, they're playing well to start off the season. Let's go to the next game. The Brooklyn Nets, they lost to the Grizzlies 124. They're not playing any defense. 124-134. And you would think with the addition of Simmons, their defense would improve. So we'll see what. But Kyrie and KD, my God. Kyrie, first game had a tough game, but no problem. 37 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. This is who Kyrie Irving is. We know he can do this. I mean, even last year, right? There was a little period of time he was popping off, but playoff where he really sucked. Obviously, KD struggled versus the Celtics, but regular season, Kyrie, I trust Kyrie in the regular season 100%. Ben Simmons struggled, had 6 fouls. Because he was out for the game for so long, so he's gonna struggle a little bit guarding guys like John Morant, right? Had 6 fouls, but I think he should get better as the season goes on and get more confidence. Claxton played 33 minutes, a must roster guy. Sure, great stuff. And KD, not really too much to talk about. And Royce O'Neal, you can continue to stream him for defensive stats. You continue to provide them. 2 threes, 4 assists, a steal and 2 blocks. I don't mind have that guy at the end of my bench. No problem, Just provide a little bit of everything. And Joe Harris, I feel like his minutes are going to slowly go up as well. Are they going to start him eventually? I'm not sure. But, he can really shoot. So the Nets need that on the offense. KD and Kyrie need shooting. But having Claxton and Ben Simmons together could cause some issues because both of those guys cannot shoot. So maybe Claxton just play fewer minutes and give more minutes to Harris when they have to close out games. So we don't know. But I just think it should impact Ben Simmons too much. For the Grizzlies, Dillon Brooks, he doesn't need to be rostered 24 minutes. Maybe once he gets 30 plus minutes, we can look at him. But the first few games, he could be a streamer later on. But Santi Aldama is a must roster until JJJ comes back. 32 minutes, played really well, 2 3, 17 points and steal a block. He's a must roster. Steven Adams, we know who he is, just rebounding some defensive stats. Really struggled from the free throw line all his career. So let's not If you try to win free throw, let's not grab Adams because you might win rebound and lose free throw. Desmond Bane, what a game. And Ja Morant, same thing, 38 points. I feel like Desmond Bane is going to, once Dylan Brooks ramps up, he's going to lose a few usage. He also started out the season super hot. So maybe use this opportunity to sell high on this guy. Had 8 threes as well, 7 assists, a steal and a block. Really good stuff. But if I get into a 2-for-1 to get a top 20, 30 player, I would. Ja Morant, yeah. I mean, he does this every season in the beginning. 38 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Went to the free throw line 11 times, hit 4 threes and 2 steals. All those was going to help his fantasy in a huge way. But the main thing is his health, really. Can he stay healthy? John Conchar, not a must roster anymore because Dylan Brooks is back. He's not going to get the 30 minutes, and Tyus Jones. As long as Ja Morant is healthy, we can't really trust him too much with his minutes. He might get 20 to 25, but that's probably not enough unless you really, really need the assist, right? But I feel like there are better options out there. Let's go to the next game. The Spurs, they keep winning games. They beat Minnesota Timberwolves 115-106. And Devin Vassell, what a game. 23 points, 5 threes. He took 22 shots, and Keldon Johnson took 20. Those are what stands out to me. Is he like the first option on this team? I feel like Spurs, they spread the ball out a little bit. So I'm pretty surprised he took 22 shots. But maybe that's going to be the way it is on the Spurs. But clearly they're not trying to tank. I don't know what's going on. 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal, 5 threes, really good stuff. And I would still probably try to sell, like if you get 2-for-1, get a top 30 guy, I absolutely would. Where is Devin Vassell? He's 53rd ranked player. Okay. 20 points, 1.3 steals. His percentages are pretty rough, and he's still 53rd. But he's a very low turnover guy, and he gets a lot of defensive stats. It's like, oh, gee, his ranking is going to be good. But if I can get a top 25, we can get a Ja Morant. Although Ja Morant is playing super well right now. That would be tough. Or De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is also playing well. Guys like that providing more counting stats, I usually prefer that. But again, it depends on your team build. If you try to win turnover every week and you try to win defensive stats, guys like him and OG could be huge on your team. Keldon Johnson also played well, 18 points, 2 steals. But the thing with Keldon is, yes, he provides good points and rebounds and threes, but lack of defensive stats and efficiency could be an issue. Jacob Poeltl played well, sure. If you're pounding points and if you have this guy, you gotta pump threes and free throws. And Trey Jones, I think he's a must roster. Although the stat may not look pretty. Look pretty this game. 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals and 8 points. That's what you ask for your point guard. Yeah. So he's a must roster. But the rest of the Spurs guys now, like the starters taking majority of the minutes and the usage. For the Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels, yeah. I think at some point you could drop this guy. Play just 24 minutes, had 3 personal fouls, no defensive stats. This is what this guy is. Just still, he's not there yet, I think. And Cat, good bounce back, had 11 rebounds, and Rudy Gobert only grabbed 7. So I still think Cat's number is gonna get impacted pretty, especially the rebound and the blocks. Let's see how many blocks he got this. He got 0 blocks this game. 103rd ranked player, yeah. 0 blocks. He's not gonna get 0 blocks, but I don't know. You see, because over the years he's like 1.5, 1.4 blocks. He's not gonna be that guy this year, and he's not gonna average 10 rebounds. I don't think. So far he's averaging 8. So we'll see. As long as Rudy's there, I just feel like Cat is not gonna be in the interior that often. So that means less block opportunities and less rebounds, which is tough. But offensively, I think he should still be fine. Anthony Edwards had a horrible game. No worries, he's going to bounce back. And D'Lo had a good game. That's another thing. They have so many weapons. They have D'Lo. Anthony Edwards is probably the first option offensively on this team. And then Cat. But D'Lo also takes a lot of usage away as well. So they have 3 guys. And then Cat has to compete rebound and blocks. So just a bit concerned about Cat. So if he plays well, I'll try to sell him higher. Because over the years, he's always been a top 5, top 10 guy. So maybe can use that to sell him if he drop 35 and 15 the next game. D'Lo, yeah, good game, but he's up and down as we can see. And Anthony Edwards, if he can be more consistent this year, that would help. That would help his fantasy game. Obviously, there will be games he scores 40 and have 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, and there will be games like this. And Rudy Gobert is just very consistent. Only 7 rebounds this game though. Let's go to the next game. My God, the Portland Trailblazers are coming. 135, 110, beat the... And Jokic, is he not in shape this season? It's tough. I still believe in Jokic, but he had 5 fouls, 9. He's gonna... the first week he's kind of have a slow start. Well, slow start, 16th ranked player right now, but he should be the number 1 ranked player. Also, with KCP and Jamal Murray back, offensively, he may not be as aggressive as he was last year. Spread the ball. I mean, Aaron Gordon took 16 shots. So, but, he might have 2 or fewer points, but the assists could go up, Maybe the defensives could go up. He can, focus on other areas than just, banging inside and score 27, 26 points a game. KCP, yeah, not really. And Jamal Murray, it's tough. He's too good to drop, I feel like. He's got like top 60 upside once he's fully ramped up. But he was out for a few games already. But what are you going to do? I would buy low, but I would not drop him. If somebody drops him, I would use my waiver. I would pick him up immediately. Michael Porter Jr., yeah. I mean, all those guys was in foul trouble this game, and the game was out of... it was like a 20-point game late, so they just pulled their starters, so the minutes are a bit low. But Michael Porter is doing what we expect. Kind of low defensive stats, but a lot of threes, really, really good at fishing and grab rebounds. And Eric Gordon, what a game. Use this opportunity to sell high on this guy. He may not have another game like this year. 26 points, 12 for 16. Yeah. Try to sell this guy. Let's go to the Blazers. Jeremy Grant, 21 points. Yusuf Nurkic. It always feels good when all the starters get 35 minutes. That helps everybody in fantasy. And Yusuf Nurkic was getting 20 minutes. Like, if he can get 30, not 35, but if he can get just 30 minutes a night, that would be huge. Like, he could be moving inside that top 60, 70, and 50 even. Because Nurkic can bring the defensive stats. And if those defensives are coming in, his ranking is going to move up. This game... Against Jokic, sure, 4 for 12, that's fine, but 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block is pretty good. Have 5 fouls as well. Fernie Simons went off, 29 points, 7 threes. He's going to be up and down next to Damian Lillard because he's, the second option. Damian's just so good. Only 16 field goals at 31 points, 7 for 8 from the free throw, 8 assists, and a steal. Yeah. Damian's back. That's all we can say. Josh Hart continues to, even though 11 rebound, nothing else, but you got to hold on to this guy. The minutes is there, right? Same thing with Jeremy Grant, 21 points. Nothing much else this game, but the minutes is there, Unless you're Tony Snell, if you play 35 minutes, you need to be rostered. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.